Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jonathan Glazier and this is a review of the Ipcress File. If you like what you hear, do subscribe because that encourages me to do more reviews, and this is a review of the Ipcress File. So this is my review of the Ipcress File. It's a remake of the 1965 film starring Michael Caine, and this is the television version, 6 episodes. Let's have a little look at the website. Here it is. You can see there are 6 episodes. All 6 episodes are on the ITV hub at the moment, although it is still, I think, just transmitting on terrestrial television on ITV on a Sunday night. You can see from those stills that the look is beautiful. It's very retro. It's set in the kind of 50s, I guess, around the time post-war of nuclear testing in the South Pacific, particularly around a fictitious neutron bomb. It's beautiful, and it's beautiful looked at. The lead actor is Jo Cole, who was in Peaky Blinders, and the lady who plays Jean is a lovely actress called Lucy Boynton, who is looks like an English Rose, or I think she's an English-American actress. Very beautiful woman, and she came in for a lot of stick in this, being called playing it like a Lady Penelope, the plastic puppet. But I think she plays an ice-cold English Rose just beautifully, and it's really compelling watching. So, interesting to talk about the directors as well, and that will become clear in a couple of moments, in that the original director was a guy called Sidney J. Furie, and the director of the ITV series is a guy called James Watkins, who I don't know, but for reasons that I'll mention in a little while, he was a very brave director. Ipcress File. Okay, let's get into a little bit more detail. Anybody my age, although it came out in 1965, so I was only 6, but I do remember watching this, probably when it first came on television maybe. I don't think I went to the cinema. Starring Michael Caine, directed by Sidney J. Furie, and obviously starring Michael Caine, and Sue Lloyd, who was an actress, and actually the last person ever to be presented to the Queen at the Debutantes Ball in about 1958. Nice piece of useless information, but a sign of the times. Obviously, the Ipcress File is from the novel by Len Deighton. It's rather more airport page-turner. It's not John le Carrier, but it's brilliant, and I love it. And I love it because of all sorts of different reasons. Now it's just super cool. When it first came out in 1965, it was super cool. Michael Caine was very restrained. The script is in places slightly tongue-in-cheek. There is a subtext to the whole piece, and that is Harry Palmer is a rough diamond. He's a corporal, so working class, was in the army, came out and went to prison, up to no good, slight twinkle in his eye, and it's about how he mixes with the rather upper class world of espionage, or upper class at the time, the public schoolboys brigade, people who've made it on the playing fields of Eton, and how Harry works out. And of course, Harry Palmer works out incredibly well because he is streetwise and he becomes a celebrity in the espionage world. Jo Cole plays the lead role, and there was a lot of controversy about whether that was miscast. Personally, I don't think it is. And and I've not really seen her before, but Lucy Boynton plays the female lead, and she's brilliant, I think. Again, they both came under heavy criticism for being possibly a little bit wooden, unfairly calling Lucy in particular like a Thunderbird's puppet, but she plays a kind of British ice maiden, and I think she does it perfectly, and especially towards the end when you get to see her vulnerability around men. I think that's really interesting, and you also get to see that she's very strong in the initial part of the well, she's strong throughout, but really clever. And I also think that Joe Cole, who has been in Peaky Blinders and various other things, isn't miscast. Yes, he's a bit young. He's certainly younger, or looks younger than Michael Caine was at the time. But, you know, he's, as you'd imagine, a kind of working class guy, been in prison, come out of the army, and now he's taking on the role of British Secret Service. And it's a kind of clandestine, dark Secret Service. It's not really MI6 or MI5. It's another, almost given plausible deniability as a department within the British government. The plot revolves around the exchange of nuclear secrets and various nuclear personnel, a British scientist in particular. But the thing that really kind of caught the audience straight away was the way it was shot. In that a lot of the shot, and that's why the thumbnail for this video is all on the wonk. On the wonk is called in the industry canted shots. That means all the cameras are shot like that, and each shot probably changes from that angle to this angle. It's very kind of almost comic book in the way that it looks, but it's also very retro. And the style of this film, and it's the way the original film was done, and the style of this television series is an homage to the original direction of Sidney J. Furie. The director in this case is a guy called James Watkins, who I don't know, but very brave. The one thing I'd really love to know is whether indeed the shots were canted at source, in other words, were the cameras actually mounted on the tripods in a wonky fashion. Or because, and that is brave, because you can change it back to a certain extent, but it's possibly going to mess up the framing hugely. Whereas doing it the other way and shooting it normally like this, and then turning it in the edit suite, is probably slightly less risky. So if anybody knows, I'd love to know if they shot it on the wonk when they actually filmed it, or whether they did it in post-production. But I really liked it. I thought it added to the general coolness of the film. The look of the film is just fabulous. Again, from all the fashion, both the men and the women, and the style. The only thing to really look out for that is quite funny is all the in-car shots are shot like they probably would have been in the 60s. So you've got this beautifully lit car, and then probably 3 or 4 props guys jiggling it up and down, and then these very weird, they're not even back projection, but a kind of stripy smeared background. It works when the cars are static and you've got this beautiful bouquet of lights behind them, defocused lights. But when the cars are actually moving, it is a little bit strange. But again, it's of the time. The interiors are beautiful, particularly the living spaces. You'll also notice that the photograph that I used for my living space has a kind of deliberate mistake, because I don't think they had microwaves in the 60s. But there we are. It was the only photo that the first photo that I came across that kind of did what I wanted it to do. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, bearing in mind that I absolutely loved the original, or the 1965 film with Michael Caine. I must have seen that 5 or 6 times and just loved it. I think the storyline is great, full of twists and turns, and some of it is hugely unbelievable. But the brilliant thing about this is, usually in a kind of weaker dramatic piece, if there are holes in the plot lines, you kind of notice them and dig into them. But in this, you just skip over them because it's such an enjoyable thing to watch. It's fast, it's furious, it's beautifully edited, and I think those canted shots are really well placed, the ones that are on the wonk. I think it gives it a real style, and it is super cool. So I highly recommend the Ipcress File ITV version, made in 2021, I guess, released in 2022, and it's fabulous. So give it a watch, particularly if you like spy thrillers that are all serious. And I do agree with everybody that says Michael Caine was the James Bond that we never had. I know he was great friends with Sean Connery, but I think Michael Caine is would have been one of the coolest James Bonds. But there we are. As it is, we just have his Harry Palmer from the 96.5 film. And I think we have a great sequel or television miniseries, 6 episodes, commercial hour, 46 minutes long, and it's great. Binge watch it. A definite binge watch. If you like what you've heard and you want to subscribe, do please subscribe to my channel. As I say, it encourages me to do more of these, if you can stand it. And I'm Jonathan Glazier. I'm a TV director and television executive. And thank you very much for watching. If you want to hear more about the inside workings of television, or maybe you're looking at a career in television, there's some more videos, and all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can get all of that right here, right now.